The Filament PLA Bison Brown. This is a refill on our 3D printed spool. I prefer using refills so I don't have to throw away empty spools. This color has one big flaw that actually can be used as a feature, but more about this in a moment. First, take a look at these models. Trees without leaves. I didn't manage to print a green top, but don't worry, I'll show you that when I talk about the other material in the next episode. Then we have treasure chests for miniatures and barrels. They look more dark than bright, but I can see a warm shade here. Next is a cover for the front of the printhead for Creality Hi. It's finished. To get these nice Noctua colors, I use our Spectrum PLA high-speed LATTE beige for the accents, like this air inlet and the extruder indicator. You know, the thing that spins while you print. You can find this filament by clicking the link in the top right corner or in the description of this video. I decided not to use side vent covers to get more airflow. A little bit of glue here and there. I should have used an M3 bolt and nut, but I didn't have one. So of course I used a black 3.5mm screw. Hey, it works. We just need to remove the original cover with 2 Allen screws, put the new one on with the old screws, and here we are. What do you think about these new Noctua colors? I'll put a link to this model in the description. Let's see the temperature tower. I set starting temperature at 235 degrees Celsius and finish it at 185 degrees Celsius. I use a hardened high flow nozzle, which actually requires about 5 degrees Celsius extra compared to the brass nozzles. What we can see is that stringing isn't present at any temperature, which is amazing for PLA at this price point. From 235 to around 210, the surface finish looks shiny. And below that, it starts to get matte. At 185 degrees Celsius, the filament stopped flowing through the hardened nozzle, which was expected. Depending on your speed and temperature, please adjust your slicer settings to get even results. If you don't, your surface will be partly shiny and partly matte. For example, slow down your outer walls to match the shininess or lower the temperature to get consistent matte effect. Of course, if you are interested in this filament, here is the link to our shop. Or you can just jump to the description. I also ran a max flow test for this filament on the Prusa Core One with high flow nozzle, the same nozzle. Starting with 15 cubic millimeters per second on 0.4 millimeter nozzle and 0.2 millimeter layer height, ending at 50 cubic millimeters per second. Yes, I was optimistic, but unfortunately the test ended around 30 cubic millimeters per second, giving us maximum printing speed of around 180 millimeters per second. Please note that even starting at 90 millimeters per second, the whole print was matte. You can use this information while slicing your 3D models. And lastly, this big chocolate bunny. Yes, this is the problem. I'm not sure if it's the color or it's just my brain, but once I printed this big bunny, everything looks like a chocolate now. The whole print weighs only 88 grams because it's empty inside. It has only 2 walls. To explain what I meant by saying everything looks like a milk chocolate, take a look at this rose guy. I lowered the temperature to get a matte finish and it looks exactly like a milk chocolate from a shop. Does it look like a cake decoration or it's just me? Anyway, if you want to get this filament with a discount, you can use our code SPECTRUMYT10 for 10% off. Thank you for watching and sticking around until the end of this presentation. I really appreciate it. I wish you happy printing and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to see what we have in the next video.